Baby, you are the only one who has ever made my heart understand that love is not about finding perfection but about discovering peace in another person's presence. And today I want to share something much deeper than beautiful words, because real love is not created by grand promises alone. It is built through patience, trust, understanding, kindness, and the quiet moments that most people never notice. And if you are listening to this right now, perhaps your heart has been searching for reassurance. Perhaps life has made you question whether genuine love still exists, or perhaps you simply need someone to remind you that you are worthy of a love that never makes you feel small. Because the greatest relationships are not born from luck alone. They grow from two people who choose each other again and again, even on ordinary days when there are no celebrations, no perfect sunsets, and no dramatic moments, only two hearts deciding that staying together is more important than winning arguments or proving who is right. And that is why I say, baby, you are the only one, not because there are no other people in the world, but because my heart recognizes something in you that it has never recognized anywhere else, something peaceful, something comforting, something that feels like coming home after a very long journey. And I hope everyone hearing this understands that true love should never make you afraid to be yourself, because love is not a performance. It is acceptance. It is waking up and choosing kindness before pride, forgiveness before anger, and understanding before judgment. And maybe that is the lesson many of us spend years trying to learn. Because the world often teaches us to chase excitement, but lasting love teaches us to value consistency, and consistency is one of the most beautiful gifts two people can give each other, because flowers eventually fade, expensive gifts lose their shine, and even unforgettable adventures become memories. But the person who stays beside you through every season of life becomes your greatest blessing. And perhaps you have experienced heartbreak before, perhaps someone made promises they never intended to keep. Perhaps someone convinced you that love always ends in disappointment. But please do not allow one painful chapter to become the title of your entire story, because every sunrise reminds us that darkness never has the final word, and every healed heart reminds us that hope can bloom again even after the longest winters. And maybe today is the beginning of that healing for someone listening. Because sometimes all it takes is one sincere reminder that you deserve honesty, respect, and genuine affection, not because you have to earn them but because they are the foundation of every healthy relationship. And I believe love becomes strongest when two people encourage each other to become better without trying to change who they truly are. Because real love does not erase your identity, it celebrates it. It says, I love your dreams, I respect your fears, I understand your struggles, and I will walk beside you while you grow, because growth is not something to fear, it is something to celebrate together. And imagine how different our lives would be if we spent less time trying to impress people and more time trying to understand them, because understanding creates connection, and connection creates trust, and trust creates the kind Of love that survives misunderstandings, distance, and difficult seasons, and perhaps that is why the smallest gestures often carry the greatest meaning, a gentle smile after a hard day, a patient conversation when emotions are high. A warm embrace without needing any words, or simply saying I am here and I am not leaving, because those moments become the invisible threads that hold two hearts together, and I often think about how many people are waiting for someone to tell them they matter, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for someone to remind them that their presence makes life brighter. And if that person is you today, then let these words reach your heart. You matter more than you realize. Your kindness leaves invisible footprints in the lives of others. Your courage inspires people who may never even tell you, and your love has the power to heal more than you know, because every act of compassion creates a ripple that continues long after the moment has passed. And perhaps that is one of the greatest blessings life offers us, the opportunity to love without expecting perfection, because perfection is an illusion, but sincerity is unforgettable. And I do not want a love that exists only when everything is easy. I want the kind of love that stays through uncertainty, that chooses conversation instead of silence, that chooses patience instead of blame, and that believes every challenge can become another opportunity to grow stronger together, because relationships are not measured by the number of days without problems, they are measured by the number of times two people choose understanding over giving up, and there is incredible beauty in knowing someone sees your flaws yet still believes you are worth loving. Because everyone has scars, everyone carries invisible battles, everyone has moments of doubt, but love whispers that your past does not define your future, your mistakes do not define your worth, and your fears do not define your destiny. And maybe today someone needed to hear exactly that, because sometimes encouragement arrives at the perfect moment, quietly reminding us that tomorrow can be different from yesterday if we continue believing in goodness, and I truly believe kindness is never wasted, even when it seems unnoticed, because every gentle word plants a seed of hope, every sincere apology rebuilds trust, every act of forgiveness sets two hearts free from unnecessary burdens, and every expression of gratitude strengthens the bond between people who genuinely care for each other. And gratitude itself is one of the most powerful habits love can develop, because when we appreciate the little things, we stop taking each other for granted, we notice the comforting messages, the thoughtful gestures, the silent sacrifices, and the everyday efforts that often go unseen. And suddenly ordinary days become extraordinary simply because they are shared with someone who truly cares, and perhaps that is why I say once again, baby, you are the only one, because love is not about comparing people, it is about recognizing the unique place one soul holds within another. And that place cannot be replaced by wealth, popularity, appearance, or success, because genuine connection is something no amount of material achievement can purchase. It is earned through honesty, loyalty, and countless moments of choosing each other even when life becomes complicated. And if there is one lesson I hope everyone carries from these words, it is this: never underestimate the power of making someone feel safe. Because emotional safety is where love begins to flourish, where hearts stop pretending, where conversations become authentic, where dreams are shared without fear of ridicule, and where healing quietly begins. And every healthy relationship is built upon that invisible foundation of trust and respect, and once those roots become strong, even life's strongest storms cannot easily shake what has been carefully nurtured with compassion, patience, faith, and unwavering commitment, because true love is not merely about saying "I love you," it is about proving those words through consistent actions, through listening when it would be easier to ignore.